How can you tell if someone's a sociopath? I know you are not guilty. I don't know what he did or didn't do.
Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon the all-new ABC Family television series by the name of Twisted. I'm going to talk about the pilot episode. And without any further ado, let's go to it, shall we? So as always in my videos, I'm going to talk a little about the creator of the series itself. That way you guys can be more informed in that area. So the creator of Twisted on ABC Family is a guy by the name of Adam Milch. And Adam Milch hasn't done too much, but he is mainly known for writing the Greek television series. And like I said, he also wrote the Twisted television series on ABC Family. That's about all he's done. So, Twisted on ABC Family. What is this television series all about? We pretty much have this character that at the age of 11 killed his aunt. He was put into a mental facility for 5 years, and now the series takes place 5 years after he killed his aunt. And he goes back into school, and he's pretty much having to deal with the pressures of the society, making fun of him, poking fun at him for doing, for being a murderer. They're calling him, a sociopath, calling him a psycho, and he's pretty much having to deal with the pressures of society. He was real close friends with these two girls, and these two girls are pretty much, trying to re-accept, him back into their lives, even though it's really hard to do so, knowing that he killed someone and pretty much, ruined their entire childhood and, gave them, post-traumatic stress disorder. So it's pretty much about this guy, who is a murderer, comes back into society and is trying to deal with the pressures that life bring after, becoming a murderer. That's pretty much the gist of the ABC Family television series by the name of Twisted for the first, the pilot episode. This episode was a very solid episode. We also have some other things going on such as it seems that there might be I don't know yet, but it seems there might be a romance brewing between our main character, the main girl character, and the actual I forget his name, Danny. Danny. I don't know the actor's name. But the character's name is Danny. Our main character, Danny. There seems to be a romance brewing between the main the blonde curly hair girl, and the Danny. There seems to be some sort of romance going on between them. I guess we'll have to watch the rest of the series to see how that develops. So you have a little subplot going on between that. We also have, him trying to, get close again to his friends. And he says, just so you guys know, major spoilers will be in this video. So if you have not seen the previous pilot episode, go ahead and click ahead and skip ahead the next few minutes. That way I won't be spoiled. But if you don't mind spoilers, go ahead and keep watching, right? So like I said, spoilers. So what we have here pretty much is this Danny character believes that he had a reason for killing his aunt. He won't tell anyone what that reason is. Our main blonde hair curly girl says that, she says, hey, you need to tell me what's going on. He won't tell her. It seems as if, he's trying to protect her from something. And all of this revolves around a necklace. And this necklace actually was worn by his aunt, and a girl by the name of Regina. This girl by the name of Regina died in this episode. She was a previous girl who invited him to a party on a school night, and this girl ended up dying. And of course, now the obvious target, now the entire town thinks that Danny killed Regina. And at first, I didn't think Danny did it. Danny he seemed like, he was the kind of character where you were supposed to feel sympathy for, even though he was a murderer, because apparently he had a reason for killing his aunt, though we don't know what that reason is yet, making the death, I guess, justified in a certain way in a certain area. So, like I said, it revolves around a necklace. And at the end of this episode, like I said, big spoiler coming up, we end up finding out that, we don't know if he killed Regina yet, but he does have the same necklace that Regina had. And this same necklace that Regina was wearing in this episode is the same necklace that his aunt was wearing. So somehow, in some way, Regina is connected to, Danny's aunt through that necklace. And if Danny did not kill, if he didn't kill Regina, then how in the heck did he get that red, pearl necklace, whatever kind of necklace it was? How did he get that necklace if Regina, didn't die by Danny's hand and Danny's doing? I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to watch the rest of the series to find out what's going on. And that's pretty much the main gist and the subplots included in the ABC Family television series by the name of Twisted for the pilot episode. Overall, my thoughts and opinions on Twisted on ABC Family, I thought this was a pretty solid pilot. No, I didn't think it was amazing, but it was a pretty, a really good pilot that I really enjoyed. And let's talk about some of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much. Well, let's talk about some of the standout performances, the standout actors and the characters in Twisted. I thought that Danny playing, the sociopath or the serial killer, the murderer, psycho, the guy trying to, feel sympathy for, whatever you want to call him, I thought that he was a pretty good actor. Noah's acting wasn't amazing, but it was stand out among all the people that, among all the actors that were there. He played off his character in a sort of very mysterious way where you don't know too much about his character, you don't know much about him at all, but he played it off in a nice mysterious way where you know a little bit about the guy, but you want to know more, and you don't really ever see the true side of Danny. You see the sympathetic side of him, and I like the sympathetic side, but I'm wondering, where's the serial killer side of Danny? And I kind of like how we haven't seen that side yet. I'm thinking as the series progresses, we're gonna see that certain side of him. What's this? What is he hiding from people? So I like this character a lot. I like the way the written mystery behind the character. I think that Adam Milch, who wrote the series, I like the way he crafted, his character, the mystery behind him, and he brings a lot of sympathy to the character, where it almost makes you feel, empathy, or makes you feel sorry for, even though he's a sociopath, whatever you want to call him, it makes you feel a little sorry for the guy, dealing with all the, the peer pressure that society brings after killing someone. So I like his character a lot. And then I also like Danny's mom. We didn't see her a lot. She didn't have a lot of screen time in the pilot episode, but I have a feeling her character's going to get a lot bigger. Maybe she has maybe she has something to do with what's going on. I have no idea. All I know is that she was also kind of stand out. She, dealing with the problems. She used to be like, this really popular mom, and as she comes back into society, she's also having to deal with, people, making fun of her because of her son killing someone. So I thought she was really stand out also. And the third person I liked a lot, she's probably my second favorite character actually, to Danny, and that is, the main girl that seems to be a love interest for him. She's the one that gets drunk in this episode. I thought she was pretty cool. She had some memorable dialogue, and overall, her performance out of everybody else was memorable. None of the actors were phenomenal, but I thought they were those three that I mentioned were the most standouts above everyone that I meant that was in there and everyone that I mentioned. Another reason I like the show is the entire mystery behind it. I like how as a viewer and as an audience of myself included, I don't know, how we don't know too much about what is actually going on. We know just enough to be interested, but, as the series progresses, that's going to start revealing more, and I can't wait to find out, why he actually killed his aunt, because that's kind of the running flow of the series, and I like the whole mystery behind the series, and of course the mystery behind Annie's character. Another reason I like the series is the premise. It's kind of an interesting premise, an interesting concept. Yes, we've seen these series where they're kind of like drama, but they add a little bit of like, a slight, thriller horror vibe to it. I like how the series is pretty much, mainly a drama series, but it adds a slight sort of thriller horror vibe to it with, him killing, someone with the jump rope, and, it had a nice little horror scene at the beginning with him holding the rope and dropping it in slow motion. So that was a nice little scene. Like I said, I like how the series is a nice drama, but it adds just a slight little thriller horror vibe to it for a good old horror fan like me to be interested just enough in a drama series such as this that I wouldn't normally be interested in if it wasn't for the premise. So like I said, the concept is very interesting. So that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions upon the ABC Family television series with the name of Twisted for the pilot episode. This series, I believe, is going to have roughly about, I don't know how many episodes exactly. Let's see. It's going to have about 10 episodes, and it comes on every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock for everyone else. Next week's episode is episode 2, titled Grief is a 5-Letter Word. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.